What's up, guys? It's Anthony from AB Fitness Center here. Today we are live inside AB Fitness Center. I am here. I have to do some things and just kind of get out of the house. So I'm inside the gym today, and we're actually, it got me thinking about what's going on with people and how, some people don't even really know what they should be eating. Everybody thinks they have an idea of what they should be eating, but not many people know exactly what they should be eating. So it prompted me to design a meal plan, again, for the average person, and basically giving you a rundown of what you should be eating. So hopefully that this helps you guys. So if you're listening to this after the fact, if you're listening to this on the podcast, you can make sure you head on over to Facebook and just friend me, Anthony Bevilacqua, and you'll be able to watch these live and ask me questions and other things. But also don't forget to subscribe if you're listening to this after the fact. And please visit our website, abfitnesscenter.com, again, for all your training needs and if you're interested in getting yourself in better shape. So let's roll. So this diet that I designed, again, showing you exactly what you should be eating, is designed for a woman who wears basically, like I would say, a size 10 or more. And the meal plan is designed to have you hit about 120 grams of protein plus, which is typically double what most people end up actually eating in a day. So I've been doing this a long time. So most people, when they think they're eating enough protein, they have about anywhere between 50 to 70 grams of protein a day. Again, I've been doing this a long time, and that just seems to be like the average of what the normal person consumes. Now, we need more protein, especially when it comes to changing the way your body looks. So what we're going to do is we're going to design this meal plan for you. We're going to make it really, really simple. It's basically going to be a lot of the things that I usually eat. And again, this diet can be altered for anyone. You would just change the amounts of things. And of course, you could change everything about it. And we'll go into that. But just a sample of what I would recommend someone eating looking to change their body. I also believe this meal plan that I'm going to give you guys right now, it's 4 meals per day. I believe that 4 meals per day is more optimal than 3, which is the standard. And it's a lot more easier to follow than 5 meals. Again, you can get in shape having 6 meals. You can get in shape having 7. You can get in shape having 1. Okay? So meal timing, meal frequency, that's all irrelevant. None of it matters. It's all about calories in versus calories out. So with that said, I pre-wrote this meal plan, okay? And let's get right into it. So it's above me. So if I keep constantly looking up, that's why I'm looking up, because I wrote it and it's just right here. So I'm in the gym and I had to find another spot that I can do it. And this is like the files of everybody's like weighing stuff. So, all right, so let's get this rolling. So the first thing that I would recommend, again, this is a typical standard diet. Again, everything about this can be changed, but the whole premise of this is to help people get in higher protein intakes because most people don't have enough. Protein has a very important effect when it comes to changing your body. So 1, protein is the building block for muscle, which means that the more protein you consume, the more raw ingredients your body has to build muscle, okay? So that's why we have to increase your protein. Protein also keeps you fuller longer, so that means that you're gonna be fuller longer, which means you're not gonna be hungry and raiding the fridge. And protein also has an effect when you eat it, your body has to actually heat up a little bit to burn off those protein calories. So you actually have a calorie burning effect from having a higher protein intake. So let's roll with this. All right, so meal number 1, okay? We're doing overnight oats. Now, I have this every day. Again, you could customize this and make this however you want. You can get really, really creative. But I love overnight oats. I think that they're a really, really great thing. I love the way they taste. And again, like I said, you can mix and match a whole bunch of different flavors and really get a lot out of this. It's really filling too. I like to have this. This is actually one of the meals that I have before I work out. I prefer it. It just keeps me fuller longer. It's a good meal. Trust me, it's a good meal. So in overnight oats, what I usually have, so we're going to have half a cup of oatmeal, okay? And I know most people are like, oatmeal, is it a packet or whatever? The answer is it doesn't matter. So you can use a packet. You can use regular oatmeal. I like to use the minute oatmeal because I like to add a lot of the flavorings from other things, not just oatmeal. So oatmeal is kind of like the base of it, right? So, and you can put it in anything. I put it in like a Chinese food container. That's kind of what I use it out of. Typically, overnight oats are done in like a jar, but it doesn't matter. You can put it in anything. You can put it in a bowl and just leave it in the fridge. So I usually make this the night before, just because it does taste a lot better the next day when it's colder and it just kind of sits for a while. It's nice and thick. So it's half a cup of oatmeal, okay? You could use, again, just all the amounts can change. You can get really creative. I like to do about half a cup of blueberries or raspberries. I like those better because one, they're lower in calories and lower in carbohydrates, but they also taste really good too in there. Raspberries especially are my favorite in the oatmeal because there's so much flavor in raspberries versus the blueberries. Blueberries are good too, but the raspberries are my favorite. My go-to is probably raspberries. Okay, you could use a banana. Again, that doesn't matter. I always do 1 scoop of AB Fitness Whey. Okay, so I'll throw this in there again, and everything's dry at this point. So I'll basically use oatmeal, dry. Okay, I mix in the blueberries or raspberries, whatever, dry. Then I'll throw the scoop of protein in there, dry. And then, like I said, you could add a lot more other stuff in there too. If you're trying to gain weight, you could put a lot more stuff. If you want to lose weight, then you put less, obviously. So that's like the base of the ingredients, dry. Then what I do is I heat up water on the stove. I let it come to a boil. I pour the water over the oatmeal and I just mix up the oatmeal mix with the protein powder, and it'll make like vanilla or chocolate oatmeal with whatever other fruit you put in it. Now here's the secret ingredient. You got to add a little bit of water so it makes it nice and thick. And then what I do is I take a Chobani yogurt, a fat-free Chobani yogurt, the whole container, and I open it and I dump it in there, okay? Now I'm giving you amounts that a woman would use. Again, like I told you, a woman who's about size 10 or more who wants to lose body fat and look better, this is typically the amounts I recommend. And some of you listening to this are like, oh my God, that's a lot of food. Well, it's not a lot of calories, okay? But it's the amount of stuff that you actually need to eat. So once the oatmeal mix is like done, you add in the Greek yogurt on top of it, okay? You mix it all together, and then you put it in the fridge. And again, I usually do that right before I go to bed. So then when I get up, I have it right away in the morning, and it's so good, so delicious, so filling. Not enough food. I said the average person, Brittany. Brittany is one of our clients. She's amazing, and she worked with us all through her pregnancy, and she's the macronator, I call her. So her body burns calories so fast. She eats a ton of food. And again, this happens all over time. So for Brittany, this is not enough. But for the average person, it's way more than enough. So again, that's what we recommend for breakfast, okay? That meal right there. So again, the overnight oats with the oatmeal, the blueberries, whatever berry, AB Fitness Whey, and Greek yogurt, right there has 35 grams of protein, 50 grams of carbs, and like 6 grams of fat. Okay, so very, very low calorie meal, but again, really, really voluminous and will keep you full for a long time. Okay, so that's breakfast. That's meal 1. Okay, if you guys are taking notes, I hope you are. Meal 1, okay? Meal number 2. Again, I like to keep every meal plan that I recommend to people, and the one, even like one I'm talking about right now, I like to keep it very, very simple, very basic ingredients, because the more simple it is, the better it's going to be, the more long-term you'll be able to stick to it. You know, going back to the overnight oats really quick, you can make those really bad. Like I could put honey in there, I could put a whole bunch of other ingredients and make that overnight oats like 700 calories. It's very, very easy to do that. But the recipe I give you guys is really, really low. It's high in protein. It's high in good carbs for the day, and it'll give you enough energy to get through. So, you know, it's all about how you make it. Again, it just depends. But again, the goal of this is to show you guys how to get 130, how to help you females get around 130 grams of protein a day, which is double what most people consume. So that overnight oats breakfast, 35 grams of protein right there. All right, lunch. Again, I like to keep everything really, really simple, and you can make this really good and you can make this really bad. So for lunch, I typically recommend a turkey sandwich. So we'll do 2 slices of regular bread, which is around, depending on the type of bread, 17 to 20 grams of carbohydrates, depending on the slice of bread. Again, you could always customize all this stuff to make it what you need. If you're supposed to have less carbs, you know, you could choose a lighter bread or whatnot. So you're going to do that. Okay, the 2 slices of bread. You're going to do 3 ounces of turkey cold cuts. Okay, and I'm saying turkey, but you could do, you know, chicken cold cuts, which are really good too. I always recommend Boar's Head. I think Boar's Head has the best quality cold cuts, and you can get any flavor you want. Unless you have a pre-existing blood pressure issue, then I would focus on getting the low sodium ones. But if not, don't worry about it. Any flavor. Boar's Head, the turkey one that I like, the honey maple one is good. The chicken ones are better though, I think. The buffalo chicken one's my favorite. They have all these different flavors, so you could definitely try that. So you want about 3 ounces of that. Again, you could put lettuce, tomato. You can make it really fancy. And I love Jarlsberg cheese, okay, the light one. It's really high in protein. I think 3 ounces of it, something like that. And 1 ounce is 7 grams of protein. So that's a lot for cheese. So a couple slices of Jarlsberg cheese on there, and that's it. You have a nice sandwich for lunch, okay? In that meal, 37 grams of protein, 35 carbs, and about 8 fat. Okay, so it's a really good meal, really easy to get that in. Again, and you could customize that to make it what you want. So if you're allowed a certain amount of carbohydrates in a day, you would take some away from here, add them in. Again, I'm just throwing a random numbers together for someone. This is not specific to anyone in general, but it's just going to help you hit your protein intake for the day. All right, next meal. Meal number 3. Again, you can make this really, really simple. I usually at this point, it could be one of 2 things. I gave you guys 2 options. I did 1 scoop of AB Fitness Whey or a Quest bar, okay, with a banana or an apple. Very easy meal. If you're on the go, it's really, really simple. So again, depending on if you had one or the other, the protein bar or the protein powder, you're looking at 25 grams of protein, 20 to 40 grams of carbohydrates, and around 7 grams of fat. Okay? So that's meal number 3. Again, the whole purpose of this is to make it something very simple for you to follow, very easy for you to follow, so you can stick with it long term. Again, if you want to swap things out of it, you can. But the whole purpose of this is to teach you how to hit the protein intake you need to change your body. A lot of you guys, I know what you're saying, like, oh, wow, this is a lot of food. And it might be for some of you, but you need to eat to fuel your body. You need to eat. And a lot of people are under the misconception that if you're trying to lose body fat, that you don't eat at all. And that's so not true. Jimmy says, my hair looks good. See? It's always looking good. I need a haircut bad. I need a haircut bad. All right, so meal number 4. Okay, meal number 4, and I wrote this down. Again, 4 ounces of any type of lean protein, so chicken or fish or lean steak. Okay, 2 cups of vegetables, and I threw a serving of dressing in there just to spice it up. It's because most people say you can't have dressing, so it's just a serving of dressing. So in that 4th meal right there, 39 grams of protein, 15 carbs, and around 14 grams of fat. And again, 15 carbs can be minimal if you have spinach or whatever, it's a lot less. So right there, those 4 meals that I gave you, if a woman was to follow that, again, a woman who's size 10 or more and wants to lose body fat, typically this is who I kind of talked to when I wrote this up. Where's the desserts? Typically in this type of a meal plan, you're going to get around 130 to 137 grams of protein a day, which is about double what the average person takes in. Okay? So that's what I would recommend to help you hit your protein intake and lose body fat. Again, eating and dieting and losing body fat, it's not a complicated thing. As you can see, it's pretty simple. This is a basic meal plan. This is like pretty much what I eat in a day. Just the amounts are different because I'm different than, I don't need 130 grams of protein. I need like double that. But just the point that it's all customizable. And the good thing about this is we're teaching you how to be flexible with your nutrition. So for example, if I run out of, bread, I could have my turkey on something else. Or I could swap out the turkey for something else. I could swap out the turkey for chicken, or I could swap out the turkey for a shake. The whole purpose of it is to think of it as a lifestyle. Don't look at anything when it comes to dieting and losing body fat as a temporary fix. Fitness is just like brushing your teeth. You got to do it every day. Okay? So you got to just always be on the lookout for a more flexible approach to what you're doing in order to help you get there. So I hope this helped you. And I really hope it helps you design a plan for yourself, okay? And give you a better insight about how much food you actually do need to lose body fat. Again, people post up pictures of their food and they'll post up like, oh, my egg whites. And you could tell there's like 1 or 2 egg whites in there. And that's not enough. A serving of egg whites contains 3 grams of protein. On average, again, average, you need about anywhere between 25 to 30 grams of protein a meal. So, do the math. You need a lot of egg whites. So 2 egg whites is not a serving, okay? 2 egg whites is not enough. You got to have something else. So I'll run through the whole meal again for you guys, the whole day, in order to help you guys hit that protein intake. So overnight oats for breakfast, half a cup of oatmeal, half a cup of berries of some sort, 1 scoop of AB Fitness Whey, 1 Greek yogurt, fat-free Chobani, okay? You mix it all together, have it, leave it in the fridge overnight, and then have it in the morning. Then for lunch, 2 slices of bread, 3 ounces of boar's head cold cuts, turkey, a lean cold cut. Don't get salami. That would kind of defeat the purpose. 3 ounces of boar's head. I like the honey maple. 1 ounce of Jarlsberg Light Swiss, my favorite cheese, high in protein, very low in fat. And you could dress it up, put some lettuce, tomatoes, some mustard. If you don't like mustard, don't put mustard, but you get the idea, okay? Meal number 3, we're doing a Quest bar or another scoop of AB Fitness Whey with an apple or a banana. And then meal 4, some type of lean protein, some vegetables, and a fat source to go with that, so we'll go with dressing. Very, very simple. But again, this amount of food is what's required in order to change your body. Do not think that you have to not eat to get results, because it's the total opposite. You have to eat more, if anything, to get results. But it's all about eating the correct amount of things and doing it over time. So I hope that this helped you guys. I sincerely hope that you guys take these tips and run with them, because I want to see when this quarantine's over, everybody to come out of this better on the other side. Okay, if you guys have any questions about anything, feel free to message me directly, or you could just visit our website, abfitnesscenter.com, and we'll see you on the next one.